Hey guys, digital learning week 6, day 2. Number 1 says Pittsfield and Provincetown are approximately 258,000 meters apart. What is this number in scientific notation? Remember, for scientific notation, we need for this number to become a number that is greater than 1 and less than 10. So we're going to have to take our decimal, which is here at the end of the number, and move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 places until we get the number 2.58. And those zeros you can put, but they're not necessary, times 10. And then the power is going to be how many times we move the decimal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So times 10 to the 5th power. So 2.58 times 10 to the 5th power is the same thing as 258,000. Number 2 says identify the cube root. So the cube root of 27 is a number that you can multiply by itself 3 times in order to give you 27. So I know that 3 times 3 times 3, 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. So the cube root of 27 is 3. Number 3 says identify the slope and the y-intercept from the equation. This equation is already written in slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, where m is your slope and b is your y-intercept. So my slope here is 4. And my y-intercept is -7. My slope is 4, y-intercept -7. Number 4 says write the new point after the following transformation. Your original point is 2, 3, and we are going to rotate it 90 degrees clockwise. Your rule for a rotation 90 degrees clockwise is change the sign of x and then flip x and y. So 2 becomes -2, and then I flip those. 3 becomes my x, and then -2 becomes my y. So this is the new point of point 2, 3 rotated 90 degrees clockwise becomes point 3, -2. And number 5 says plot the point -3, -1. And I just drew a little graph here on my paper. Remember that when we're plotting points, your first point is your x and your second point is your y. So you know that this is your x-axis. So I'm going to go to -3 on the x-axis, and this is your y-axis, so I'm going to go to -1 on my y-axis, and then find where those two roads meet, or where those 2 points meet. So x is -3. I'm going to start here at 0 and go -1, -2, -3. So this would be -3 on the x-axis. And y is -1. So I'm going to start at 0 and go to -1 on the y-axis, and then the point where these two meet would be my point -3, -1. You guys have a great day.